Hello fashion friends and family, this is Stacy here from Sew Promo and Elsa Fitzgerald Studio. And what are we working on today? Well, classes are going to be starting here in our new location actually next week. We are doing our intro to fashion entrepreneurship. And the following week we have our fashion product development class, and then we have our introduction to sewing, so sewing classes and fashion business courses. But today, yay, I get to actually work on my fashion business, Elsa Fitzgerald. So we were interviewed by the BBC and they requested some images. So I'll be sending them some images of the line, some of the kabaya work we've been doing, and that's the focus of the story is on the kabaya. And then we have some threads that have come in, and I don't know why, but I'm so excited about it because I love all the colors and adding these threads to our wall. Other exciting news is that Nicole was in a fabric sourcing show called Premier Vision, and she was able to order some reference lace, which I will review. Order our threads from Waywack. I highly recommend them. They come in like a day if you're on the East Coast. So I'll be taking those out, more pins. Another thing I will be working on today is, as you know, we're in the Johns Hopkins Social Innovation Lab program, and we are asked to create a budget. Fortunately, we're going to be provided a stipend for $5,000, but that's really meant to be seed investment into the venture to figure out a new paths of growth. And one of the biggest things we're working on, which is really exciting, is to put our fashion programming into a box and ship it to you. So that costing, we're going to discuss how much is this going to cost to develop and make, and how can we make it profitable without compromising the integrity of the learning. Yes, and so we will be chatting with Anthony Waters, who's the interim director there. So exciting. It sounds really silly, but I really enjoy prepping the tools for the students. So these are like the little bags that eventually get put on the tables, but we're gonna put new pins. We are restoring the Elsa Fitzgerald collection that was made in Bali, Indonesia. And to refresh your memory, this was the original Daisy dress. And this is the one that we had sampled here. This is one of the older samples, but we were having a challenge with the actual lace. It started to pill. So I'm going to look through the lace and compare and see if there's an alternative. And I have on the top the one that I think I was going to land on for that. So how pretty is that lace? Sometimes you might sample a garment and the fabric doesn't work and you have to find a new one. So in this case, this is very similar. And I think we're only going to have to just try it out to see how it works out. It's rather fun talking through the behind the scenes of what we do here at Sew Promo and Elsa Fitzgerald Studio. This is our Slack chat for the Johns Hopkins Social Innovation Lab. So Peter was kind enough from our cohort to take photos of us during the session and some of our other team members. Let's check them out. This is when we're doing our brainstorm. This is in the room at Fast Forward U. All right, so here we are prepping the images for the BBC. Such a fun compilation. They're a blend of my first custom-made kabaya in Indonesia, the kabaya I made with Ibu Nuri training me. He's a little girl in Indonesia. Balinese lace that really inspired the line, blended with the kabaya. Development work here back in the States with Belvedere Terrace Atelier and Hooray USA Made label. So you never really know what they're gonna want in terms of images. So I always like to give a curated selection and making sure to credit the photographers as best I can. I'm gonna call it a night, but next steps for the collection, I'm going to be looking at some design research around Edgar Allan Poe, Billie Holiday. All right, see you next time.